something that's hard to believe. Just like with other bad news that have come in 2020, it's not something you think would ever happen. It's kind of like a bad movie or nightmare. Some of you guys have described it as so many different things, but we're taking it a day at a time. Hour by hour, figuring out what the updates might be are. When they get the calls, we have different calls, different meetings, different teams have, and I think the nearest date that we have is Monday to look forward to figure out what the newest updates are.
So, what is it like for the team? Like, what are you guys saying to each other through this?
We're not actually allowed to be around each other as a group right now, but individual workouts were happening today. We did see some guys in passing, got a chance to talk a little bit, chop it up. Guys are figuring out what the next move is, figuring out what time they'll have off, when they can work out, when they can travel, when they can go to different places and take their family somewhere safe. Not saying that here at home isn't safe, but they want to, some guys want to just get away. But for the most part, guys are trying to figure out what's the best way to get things back up and running in the right direction, so that we don't miss out on games and the fans don't miss out on games, and we don't miss out on the TV deal, all those deals that are set in place. It's going to be hard to recover from. So we're trying to figure out that process as well.
Now, the NBA, everyone calls it and knows that it really is like a brotherhood. And obviously, there's two people as of now that we know for sure have coronavirus, and Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell. We saw them post on Instagram their feelings, updating everybody on what they were going through. Do you feel like there is maybe, what are your feelings on the way that people are viewing Rudy Gobert, who was the first person to be confirmed to have coronavirus?
I, I feel like people are blaming him for a lot of things when obviously he was a little careless at times, but who's to say that's necessarily the reason why that's happened? He probably should have been more careful, but it's not all his fault. Mind you, said you gotta look at the positives and things. This was gonna happen regardless of what was gonna happen to him or somebody else. Somebody in the NBA was gonna catch the virus and give us a wake up call. I think it was needed. It was necessary for us to not just for the basketball world, but for the rest of the world to take it seriously. The severity of it. Adam Silver's made the correct call. NCAA has made correct calls of canceling games or postponing them. But this wouldn't have happened if hadn't Rudy caught it. So I'm glad that things happened the way they did. Obviously, the carelessness of it, I don't think he should be blamed or bashed as much as he is. I mean, it can happen to anybody. Obviously, they're showing clips. They can find clips of anything from any time of him being a little careless. But I'm sure a lot of people, not just him and guys throughout the league, still living their lives the way they should. And that's just every day the same way. And the guys are like, you know what? Because they told us, we've had meetings with doctors and they told us not to be, too scared or like they warned us, but at the same time, don't be alarmed or alert or think that it's you're gonna die from this. It's not something that's crazy that's gonna affect you that as differently as it would a toddler or older person. So they say we should be okay, should operate the way we normally would as any other diseases out there. So I think that's what he was doing. But it's obviously he's getting a lot of negative criticisms because of it. But I think it's something that not just the NBA needed, but the world needed.
Sure. Now, in a perfect world, if you were like commissioner right now,
hmm
when would you want basketball to start? If you could make the rules, what would you say? Do we
I,
start
I
at
mean, I think
playoffs?
I
Do
think
we do a
he,
play in?
as many as everyone else, wants to start as soon as possible. I don't think guys are complaining about the break. Guys are not upset about taking it, but we don't want a 30-day long break. I think most guys were just habitually used to being in the gym every day with each other and playing. And I think a week away from basketball for us is like a long period of time. Obviously, it's still fresh. It's only a couple of days, but a week from now, guys are gonna be very bored and not know what to do with their idle time. They want to get back in the gym, want to play. So if it was up to us and it's up to Adam Silver, and if I was Adam Silver, I think we all hope to get basketball back and running, within the next 2 weeks would be great. But obviously we're a 30-day hiatus right now and figuring it out. But hopefully we get better news than worse and things get back to normal sooner than later. Stopping pretty much all sports, professionally and collegiate. Um, it's tough to swallow. It's tough to believe. But we're here now, and we're taking it a step at a time, every minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day, and getting updates as often as we can, and figuring out the necessary steps to move forward and get things back to normal.
Thank you so much, Danny.
Yep.
Bye.
Right.